Hi, good morning. Yes, okay. UKD poll with 3 L's. Bit early. Well, in actually, it's Saturday, 6:06, not 666. It could have been though. Yes. UKD poll name change to Graham Lifebringer. Need witness. Again, bit of humour. This form, I can show you it now. Beautiful bit of printing. UKD Poll Office. You might, well, I could read that, but maybe. Undersigned, Graham Lifebringer, 6 St Andrews Road, Lambert, blah, blah, blah. Lately known as Graham Clark. Date of birth. And basically, it's saying all that. But I haven't got done this yet. This is over a month ago. Hi, so at the deed poll office in London, which is the official place where you go, they are aware that I'm in the process of changing my name. But this has to be done, signed, the above name, Graham, and I have to sign it as my new name, right, Lifebringer, formerly known as Graham Clark, old signature. But I've got to get a witness and witness name and address. Now, I thought to myself, as you do, well, that'd be nice if somebody might want to do that. It's sort of like, for me, an historic moment, right? So if anyone would like to apply to actually do that, to become the formal witness, obviously you have to know me, but you can soon get to know me. We've been watching these videos or whatever, but that's just a technicality. You meet me, you see me, I can show you my passport as Graham Clark and all the rest of it. And then you just sign it and signatory it. Okay, so that's how I started today. This is interesting. This robe was one of the few items of clothing I've got, and it's a genuine South African, get it? Just show the embroidery, chieftain's robe. It isn't. Right. That has gone. This was worn, though, on the stage, amongst other robes of office, at the Stonehenge festival that I sang at, all about the legalization of marijuana. Yeah, well, more music, although whatever. Now, this song, quickly, I know it's only marijuana, but I like it, which is obviously a play on the Rolling Stones lyrics, right? Oh, no, it's only rock and roll, but I like it, which incidentally, is true. I do like rock and roll, right? And Legalize It, right, was another song that the band was just musicians that were there. And this was like an extended, give a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young jam session. Now, they understand about that, right? Only takes one of you to be anointed and carrying the energy on that stage, and obviously your aura affects everybody else. You go and have a chat to Crosby, Stills or Nash or Young, who have an understanding of the mechanics of that. And that's why I shared recently the film, which is based on the Four-Way Street concert. And this is one of the most incredible demonstrations of shamanic music. Okay? They weren't under the influence of cocaine, although some of them might have been, because there was a bass player who wasn't in normal lineup, okay, a coloured guy, bom 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 bom, bom bom bom, brilliant, right? Needless to say, and they dance, okay, right? Dun 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 And this is a form of locking in, dancing. Yeah, the energy coming off their auras, right? Now, Hell's Angels dance like this. Yeah, you're sitting right. Now, Freaky Few. Bless you, you're probably not alive, but I've been, right. One of the rat instances, which I have many, but whatever. We're at the Stonehenge Festival. I finished my work on the stage, right? Had turned on this chapter of Hell's Angels, which could have been the All England Hell's Angels, but here nor there, but they know who I'm talking about because they were right by the stage that I was singing these songs. Legalize it. Skin up, you bastards. Now, that wasn't just for them. That's for everybody. The politicians. Hello, all you world leaders. Now, these are all inspired by the Spirit. What am I going to sing? That just came in. And that was one of the songs. This creature. Hello, what's his name? The guy, Sex Pistols type. I could mimic it for. Hello, all you world leaders. As that song starts, I've got something to say to you. And then it went through a whole list of politicians, world leaders. Hello, Chairman Mao. I wish you would skin up. Oh, sorry, missed a bit. I love you, Chairman Mao. But then the punchline, but I wish you would skin up. And this went down every world leader, no one's section thing. This is one of the last songs you probably, right? But then the last lyric that was sung, hello, Hell's Angels. I love you, but I wish you would skin up, right? So the message had clearly got through to the Hell's Angels, who were just sat over the hill from me. They're in this, we were, the stage and them was right opposite each other, right by the entrance of Stonehenge. So those that were there will remember this, right? Shamans, music, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, right? Now what I'm gonna do, I don't need to keep there, I've done it now. I can just isolate the body. There you go. So I was asking, I'm gonna decline as well because I'm doing this. So that was the last song that was sung on the stage, right? Went through politicians. Hi, I love you, Maggie Thatcher. I remember, right? This one's come to the top of me. But I wish you would skin up. Get it? So I'm going through all the various. Hi, thank you. Good morning to you, sirs. Wow, nice one. Nice to start the morning. I had under 100 friend requests this morning. Here you go. I had over 100 friend requests yesterday. But that's whatever. Okay. So that was the last song. And then after that song, someone's, see, it mustn't get sucked into this too much. Someone puts an angry icon off because this is all affecting my aura. And I know exactly who you are. Fear my angels, right? You can't pull one over this. I was going to say MF. Okay, so we're at the last song at Stonehenge, and that's when the pair of angels came over, right? And the stage became deserted. Certain musicians have what you call lookouts. Hi, Nick. Nick Turner, right. Certain well-established, because they've had problems in the past, so I digress to that. At a certain festival, a certain drunken individual at the Green Gathering, didn't witness this, but, whatever, I said, someone, I won't go into too details because whatever, in a punishment capacity, because he was given that role, right, just gave someone a little smack. That was considered the punishment for whatever they'd done. But this someone was friends with this other someone who was a big man. That's okay because it's off, right? And long story short, some individuals went on stage and smashed up all of Hawkwind's equipment. Now, they know what I'm talking about there. Right. So, obviously, from that day, Nick Turner and the various other members of Hawkwind did have a system where they had lookouts, and if anybody of that nature suddenly decided to do something or approach the stage, that they would be tipped off and would be ready. Okay? So, I digress, which you often do. Drink the water. The story's continuing, and this quickly in that was one of the items of clothing that I wore at Stonehenge. I had a pure, genuine silk with golden embroidery robe and a red, so primal colours. You've got blue, red, right? And that wasn't silk, but it was quite an expensive material, velvet. There you go. And I had Tibetan snow boots, which you've ever seen then. Beautiful design. Designed, they've got felt uppers. You follow me? So you tuck your jeans in. Of course, they're practical, but very light. You get me? Probably pure yak leather. And the point of the shoe turns out. Genuine article, which I got from a special charity shop. Okay. I was dressed to kill. All parts because I'm going on stage. I knew that on one level. Didn't. I mean, I shared that. I was at a commune and they helped me do my colours. Skin Up MC. I've shared about that, how Lynyrd Skynyrd and various people formed their own small motorcycle club. And the angels tolerated this. As long as they weren't making out they were a Hell's Angel, that was okay. The freaky few. Just what I'm talking about, a motorcycle offshoot. Right? Stonehenge. Now, I want to share this because I'm going to pay them the respect they're due. Some people accredited the freaky few with being, like the lowest of the low. Even the angels didn't accept them, sort of thing. Some of the most beautiful people I've ever met. Why? It takes someone of exceptional character to, when which I was, approached by a massive crowd of the freak community with staves, etc. Now, I don't know if this is exactly addressed to me, or it could have been them, but either way, when I tell the story, you see the significance. We don't want you here. Get out. Right? So they are challenging or talk about hypocrisy. Right, I said this to you. I thought this was a free festival. I got slung out of the priest convoy because a certain individual was paranoid and thought I was an undercover policeman. Again, because I had dropped out, but I'd really dropped out. No one knew me or of me. I wasn't part of any scene. In fact, that's exactly my intention. This is after my brother committed suicide. It was, I shared that. I was like a fish out of water. I came back from Spain and it was just getting too much. Hi, man. Sorry to hear about your brother. So, of course, it's like I wasn't being allowed to move on. So I made that decision. I literally dropped out. No longer had anything to do with anybody that I knew and whatever. But because of this, when I arrived at Stonehenge, right, no one knew me again. The dealers are asking, do you know him? Who is he? You know, and that's what I was clearly told. I don't think it was Nick Turner, but I gave him the response that he needed to hear that he could pass on, right? Because I told him so. I said, oh no, I'm well known of, you know, my brother was Dave Clark, one of the biggest Sacrament distributors for the south of England. So he knew hundreds of people knew him, even probably thousands, right? And my name then, and I'm known in that area as Jack Clark. Not Graham, that's my birth name, but as a small kid in school, I apologise to some of you. This is a bit of a repeat, but it's what I've been inspired, because this is all to do with deed poll name, from Graham Clark to Graham Lifebringer. It's officially been set in motion. I showed that for some that might have just come in. There it is. There's a formal, proper document. So it's registered now in London, but there's the end section. You notice, so it's not focusing very well. Right. But you see there's a section at the end, and it's where you sign your name, as it is now Graham Clark. You then re-sign it, in my case, as Graham Lifebringer. But more importantly, someone witnesses that. And they put their real name and they sign it, and it's dated. Then, because it's a lot of hassle actually, I meant to take that document to various things, banks, whatever, and formally all the accounts and all the rest of it and other things, your driving license, all is changed over. Your benefit payments, right? You know, because it is paid into your bank account. But I haven't done that because that is quite a bit of hassle. But I thought it would be nice, which I've already done, so I won't repeat that. That anyone who'd like to do that, because it's like making history, all you've got to be is someone that knows me. And whatever. But that's still to happen. In its right time, it will. Whatever. So I'm quickly back to Stonehenge, right? Turned on the Hells Angels. That's an interesting incident that needs to be. They'd obviously never, this particular chapter had never turned on before, because he came and I did this thing about. Again, I was inspired by the spirits he protected to go to him. And I got the first words in. You're right. No man has the right to tell you what to do. Not even Christ himself would tell you what to do. He would ask. I won't go anymore, but better click that, whoever might know. Because the angels did, after I'd showed them how to roll a joint, and this is all symbolic, I knelt down in front of them, as you used to do, out of it, and used my knee as a flat surface. It's an easy way to make a joint. And I went through the whole ritual. 3 skins, I said, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And I said, to me and some people here, marijuana is a sacrament. And I'm not saying everyone here is, because there weren't, because we're going into that, I'm going around the circle. Right. A certain element used to just smoke marijuana because it was illegal, and they thought it made them part of the counterculture. Right? Spoiling the story a bit, but I've done it now. So we're going back to this gang, massive, nearly all of the freaks at the Stonehenge Festival had all walked from the main stage area to where I was, which was just this little coach, again, quite a distance between it. I was right by the entrance and they'd pitched up their stage quite a way away. Right. And they had staves and were armed, and someone shouted out to me and the freaky few angels that were with me, right? We don't want you here. Get out. So it's a provocation. Now, rightly, wrongly, or whatever, the small group of angels, which was, no more than maybe 20 of them. So I'm going to reiterate, this is one of the amazing acts of true friendship. Someone that had laid their life down for you, right? Now, these angels, under their commander, formed, it's just like the Spartans. Right, a locked in group, weapons drawn, and they started to do this chant. Row, 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 and moved into and towards this large group of individuals. They turned and fled. They didn't have the balls, as you say, to get into an open conflict, even though it was just 20 people, because they would have been sliced up. Excuse my French. But in my mind, those angels are doing that to protect me, or partly, because that thing to go away, we don't want you, was also addressed to me. Why? Because I'd been singing songs about the legalization of marijuana. And they didn't want that. Think about it. This is for some of them, this is their livelihood. This is their little niche to sell drugs because they're illegal and make quite a nice profit. And someone perpetrating that marijuana should be legalized it through such songs as legalize it, skin up, you bastards. I know it's only marijuana, but I like it. Didn't go down too well. Although that surprised me. And I shared about that. So-called freaks into freedom, and yet they're throwing people out, may have a different viewpoint to you. You know, it just showed their hypocrisy. Oh, you like it because it's illegal. Where? And I do that, but it's like a childish attitude. Marijuana is a sacrament, but it's not going to get legalized. Well, it is. That's another thing, it is. Because people are perpetrating that attitude. You're just feeding into the negativity and the lies that have been perpetrated about marijuana. Oh, they're a bunch of immature, anti-society louts, you know. Potential criminals. Some of us aren't, and we're growing. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Carry on. Meaning we, right from the word go, got the vision. We saw what marijuana was, but unfortunately we got tainted with the same brush. Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones, it could go on and on and on. We all connected in, but unfortunately the media have betrayed people such as us as that. Maybe not so much Mick Jagger because he's a millionaire and he gets some respect. You know, he's a man of wealth and taste. Symphony for the devil. Right. I was round when Jesus Christ had his moments of pain. I killed the Tsar and the ministers. Mick Jagger, Symphony for the Devil. Just as every cop is a criminal, and all you sinners saints smile and call me Lucifer, I'll lay your body to waste. Total unhypocrisy. We all are responsible for what's going on, and someone that has had their eyes opened knows that. Yeah, they know that, right? I was round when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. I killed the Tsars and the ministers. Now, inspired by the Spirit, we don't know if that's an exact portrayal of Mr. Jagger's past lives, but it also shows he has a true understanding and was impressed by the Spirit. You know, every cop's a criminal and all your sinners are saints. Smile and call me Lucifer, and I'll lay your body to waste. Lucifer's an angel. Okay? That's even taught in the Bible. A fallen angel. Well, okay. Still an angel. And what do angels do? We're going around the circle. They protect the Christ. Neil Young. Well, I'm a knight of armor, angels, all around the chosen one, all in a dream. Oh, right. Neil Young. The landing had begun. Now, I can't comment on that because, again, everything's flexible. It could be part of our the plan of God, which is out in the Great Immigration. Right? Let the plan work out that aliens do have to land again and make their presence known. Mr. Wilcock's pretty hot on this, right? So I'd suggest you check out David Wilcock to get the latest update on that. You know, the amount of people now that have had contact with aliens, have been transported, and they've revealed to them various facts about their technological advances and all the rest of it. And woof, there's a wealth of information on Gaia TV about that. Again, you must look into these things, as the Tibetan master Dwang Kal would say. And if it doesn't gravitate with you, then you shelve it. And the Tibetan master Dwang Kal's really saying also more about the worship of teachers. You know, don't accept anything in these books just on the purported authority that I am a Tibetan master of the wisdom. So your right attitude should be you study the Lucis Trust books, some of them with some very mind-boggling titles, you know, The Reappearance of the Christ, a treatise on white magic, Destiny of the Nations. Now that's an interesting one because these books were channeled or written by Alice A. Bailey. I'm guessing now about 40, 30, whatever, 45 years ago. But some of the things that are written in that book are now clearly being... America's got its destiny. England's got its destiny. Look at your coat of arms for England. Funny enough. Okay. Or just so happened they have that right on this document. The lion and the unicorn. Okay. All these symbol, whatever you want to call them, there's a proper name for them, are all based on spiritual or the spirit. England has a preordained destiny, and we've been fulfilling that. We're only a little country, got a good armaments, okay, we are a nuclear power. But what happened recently? It was America, the United Kingdom, and France that stood up and actually took action against, if you like, the powers of darkness. Actually launched missiles, and in doing so, were putting themselves at risk. That's in the destiny of the nations. America has that role. But going off on a thing, yes, they have, and they have a massive army, and that's good, but they're not there to be ripped off. In the context that certain other countries have taken the attitude, as Mr. Trump has rightly stood up and said, that the treaties, shall we say, haven't been completely fairly put together. In the context again, that's America, most wealthiest country in the world, and they get special treatment. Untreatment, if that's the right adjective. No, it's got to be done fair. What does the Bible say about this sort of thing? A fair profit. You're also given advice regarding 10% of your income goes to charity. It's called tithing, a very ancient system. Right? So these guidelines have been given us by the Spirit. Yes, we could get into, which I'm not, a big conjecturing argument. We're not meant to take it seriously and all of that. Each person, group, nation, or whatever will have to make their own mind up about that and do, but they will get karmic retribution for that. You are responsible, whatever you are, going back on that, world leaders, you are now responsible for your country and what it does or doesn't do. You are responsible if you look the other way. Yeah, that is the power of the media. Suddenly we can have thrust on our television screens certain definite violent transgressions of people's rights. Right? That's the price we pay now. We've got the technology and it can be shown you, and you have, or the proper response is, it's like you're being asked for help. Right? You can either say the Samaritan, that's what the example is, who was the true Christian, the man who stopped and helped this person that had been robbed or injured, or the person who happened to wear the same clothes, was of the Samaritan, whatever religion now, right, but didn't stop. Who was the true Christian? Obviously the person that stopped and helped. Responded, even though they were meant to be arch enemies. The two religions didn't get on and there was all this thing. Clearly giving us the lesson that, love those that persecute you, all the rest of it, because you're tested all the time. The angelic kingdom you have with you do witness everything you do. I don't know if I've gone round the circle again. No, it's not, witness So it's known, it's recorded, and you can't escape or get away with anything. When you wise up and start to realise this, then you do start changing the way you respond and react and interact with the people that you share this planet with. And you do probably back Mr. Trump, even though he's had all this other stuff thrown at him. Because in certain instances, he is doing the right thing. He's a multi-millionaire. He can't really be corrupted. And yet that's what we've had in the past. Everybody has been corrupted. Everybody has been bribed. You know, you get all this thing of people petitioning. There's a term, but you'll know what I mean. Their respective politicians or senators, as it is in America. You get the gun manufacturers putting up thousands, probably even millions of dollars to the respective political representatives to put their case and protect their case, i.e. they want guns to be kept available to people. They want people to be able to buy semi-automatic weapons, even though a kid of 16, looking at the facts, they can see themselves, well, we shouldn't have automatic weapons in the hands of just anybody. Isn't this an overreaction, paranoia? You know, oh, well, I might have a burglar come to my house, so I've got a Gatling machine gun in my bedroom. Okay. Right. And, oh, well, yeah, my little Jimmy may get hold of it, but, well, you know, exactly, because these weapons aren't used for target practice, although some people do, you know, go down the range and unleash a magazine of bullets into a target. Right. Oh, I am Ambigo. We who are potential instruments of the light, right? That every religion you want, right? Right, can grasp that concept. Yeah, I'm an instrument of the light, or I'm trying to be. Right? I'm not perpetrating my own particular spiritual path, or as we would say, laying my religion on people. But I do and am aspiring to be an instrument of the light, to put the darkness into oblivion. A thing I channeled. Well, I'm doing quite well. It's only 40 minutes. I ain't got much more to say, so bear with me. First thing I channeled, or very early channeling, given to the Findorn Foundation, because that's the centre I was affiliated with at that time, and it's just me opening up for feedback. You know, I'd send them a channeling I'd just received, and if it was really off the ball, one would have hoped someone would have contacted me and said, well, Graham, I don't really think that's too, you know, in the spirit, or they might have said it a different way. So it's a mobile PowerPoint, is he, triangulating to shower, Sirius is light, Sirius is power. So come, you budding wizards of the light, come, join me in the fight. Help me put the darkness into oblivion. Help me found the kingdom, Sirius living. Now, Sirius living is some Tolkien, so we'll just reiterate that. But this is similar to the Great Invocation. Okay? From the centre, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light restore the plan on earth. Let light and love and power, I said it wrong. I say it again now, restore the plan on earth. May it seal the door where evil dwells. So this isn't exactly, but this happens often with me. Right. May it seal the door where evil dwells. That is from the Great Invocation. You can see the correct version. It's only been slightly altered, and many groups have done this anyway, particularly the stanza, because of religious consideration, but of course they've got that wrong. There's a line on the stanza to do with the heart of God, right? May Christ return to her. Right. Now, some people have got together, wrongly I think, but anyway, well, we better alter that, because it's like we're perpetrating the Christian religion, because Christ is connected with being an avatar of that religion. He is, but then there's another version of Christ. We all can become Christed, and thank God some of us are. We are the Lifebringers. Right, I've gone round the circle now, so I think I might pack up. Right, we are the Lifebringers, the light bringers. And this office is not given lightly. And in other circumstances, people may not have quite had that name given them. Might be, it's just another adjective, bringer of light, right? And that's their virtue name, as an example. The spiritual guru under all systems gives you a spirit. It's the same concepts that all you Hindu people know, right? A spiritual name. But the context and the concept of that is a chance for you to change and have a higher thing to aspire to. My Buddhist name, same analogy, right? Gampa, which is part of my email, so I'll throw that in. Gampa77@gmail.com. I haven't had a lot of feedback. Don't just sit there and go, give us feedback. Obviously, don't be over offensive, because that's the security of emails, you see. You put anything in the tight fashion, a slanderous statement, just to make it clear, that is evidence which could be held against you. So be warned, you know, that if you are that incensed with something I've said, there are ways of saying that. And I'm not such, you know, you can say, or think that's a load of testicles, right? Which is a polite way of saying, right? But I would laugh, because it's human. It was a load of testicles, mate. Could say a load of crap. I suppose that's not. But if you went just over a certain line, you are opening yourself up to perhaps being prosecuted for slander. So most people don't do that if they're wise, right? Although what's going on in the media, and has gone in the past, I'm going to round this up, but anyway, if marijuana was a person, which actually marijuana is in the context, it has a Davic presence, a Davic entity, as many such sacred plants do. Peyote cactus has a deva, ayahuasca doesn't. Why? Because it's a blend of two plants. It will have a Davic, how can I put it, presence, overseeing it in a sense, but it is actually a mixture. And obviously that has been inspired because there's thousands of plants in the Amazon rainforest, and somehow these two plants have been, or is known that when you mix them and boil them in water, you produce a sacrament. Something that will cause you to enter other dimensions of consciousness. And if guided by the shaman, might be another title, but that's basically the role that the person's playing, create sacred space, as Timothy Leary learnt all about his experimentation with LSD, set and setting. Some of the most profound experiences were had on Good Friday, as an example. So there is like an intellectual structure, but that's good. It's a safe, sacred space. And that people are going into such an experience open to have some kind of life transforming experience, rebirth experience, whatever. Similar to the Native Americans who sweat lodge. Just an example, but it's sacred space. There's a ritual involved. And for some people, they can have a life-changing experience. But again, it's not something to be maintained. Similar to the Zen Buddhist theory, you have a satari, an experience of heightened awareness, but you come down to what's called consensus reality, so you can continue to function in this. I'm getting a few people wanting to make a video call, but to me, see, I thought it's only 7 o'clock in the morning, but in other places, probably mid-afternoon or whatever, and so they wouldn't see it like that. But hopefully, as people get to know my habits, generally every morning in UK time, I do go on to Facebook Live. And that's obviously what all you people are on and seeing me. But as word spreads around, but also for you, I'm afraid you won't get Graham at that time because he's on Facebook Live. He's actually doing ministry and can't really stop, to talk to people individually about things. Although, hi, good morning, yes. You can do that because there's a comment box, which I've shared before as well, that I had a chap from Pakistan. And for him, it's obviously an urgency, and just said, could I get him a visa? But I said no, but at least I could respond very quickly to that, and that's okay. So we're not quite 50 minutes. I'm just going to go over that. I generally we have shared a bit about music. Music is definitely has been and is being used by the Spirit to bring through spiritual teachings. What could be called, it is called in various Hindu traditions of meditation, a seed thought. Right? So it's just a few words, but then you take that into your meditation and ask, and it'll be expanded upon. So it's a seed thought. Similar like the mantra principle. Mandala, as well, mantra's correct as well. It's focusing you. It's enabling you to temporarily, mantra, quieten the mind. Right? Because the mind is like a monkey. Well, you understand that. But if you get into a burst of chanting, it is like giving your mind something to do, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Bhajashe Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadahashi go back to Binda. And then you go back into the Maha Mantra. Cleared the air for me here, and for some of you I think it has as well. Mantra is spiritual warfare. Any demonic, that's a Freudian slip, demonic, presence, entity, whatever you want to think, is scattered by chanting. As an example, It's also scattered by worship and obviously by prayer. But this is like deliverance ministry prayer. Right, I'll give you that, right. So you've got someone that's a bit possessed, shall we say, and we won't, there's many intellectual misunderstandings about this phenomenon, but it's good enough to just say this person has got some negative influences that are affecting his or her life, right? Because this is what shaman do, okay? Part of their ministry is that, and this is in the Bible, clearly talked about casting out of demons. 21st century, we don't believe in all of that. Okay? Oh yeah, there's a need. And this sort of prayer work, obviously, is a bit of welly to it. You don't go to someone that's under a form of possessions. We won't go to, blessed Lord Jesus, please can you release this person now? The demon inside's just laughing back at you. Right? So you see this thing of exorcism, they have the cross and they put it on their third eye and sprinkle them with holy water. All these things help, although they're a bit exaggerated on the movies, burning them and that. But no, that is what we're taught. Get some sacred water thing and sprinkle them. It works in both ways. It can bless people. A guru, especially in Thailand, you go to the guru, needs to give me an address, and then you'll get some water and a little brush and sprinkle it on the people that are gathered. So they're being cleansed. Their auras are being cleansed. That's exactly what's going on. And this particular practice is in various other churches, right? Water spread over, right? But if you were to pray, Babble track, in the Jesus Fellowship Church, I tried to get married, and there was a bit of hanky-panky. The woman I'd selected who clearly was interested to get married to me. We shouldn't have done that, but I was the tape deacon, and we met at a baptism, which people from various houses could come and attend. It wasn't just an enclosed ceremony. And all I said to her, because you approach their elders. Obviously, they then approach them as well and say, look, Graham's interested in marrying you and all this, and what do you think? And the elders, and all the rest of it. But I was told by the elders she wasn't interested. But this is after this happened, but we met, and I just said, well, are you interested? Because obviously saves you, being hung up, as they say. I mean, if she wasn't, she hadn't nothing to worry about. She just said, well, no, I'm not, no big deal. Because she's protected like that as well. That's it. You can't put any pressure, The elders intervene and would just say to you, she doesn't have to. No, I'm afraid she's not interested. And if you did try to, you'd probably get moved. But anyway, whatever. It doesn't really happen. Hi. Oh, you won't hear that. Beautiful lady from India just clicked in, but I'm sorry. Nearly finished. Nearly the magic hour. The witching hour is nearly over. So, if you move into this ministry, generally you're designated to be a celibate. That's the point. It's not the sort of ministry that a married man could move in because of the disruption and whatever, all times of the night, 2:00 in the morning and whatever. And so it's not considered appropriate for a married man to move in deliverance ministry. They're generally celibate and not married. So they had clearly designated me to be a minister and a celibate brother who could move in this ministry, and I was anointed for that, right? Well, if you analyze, I've done a video on that, ministries to ministries, there are certain definitions of this. It's not called deliverance ministry. Bringing the cutting word, words of power, right? Obviously healing is, but it's an extension. Okay, so you're there, there's someone having trouble, and the sort of intention and the sort of way the prayer is delivered is with power. So it's like, it's like you're rebuking the devil. Rebuke means don't do that, that sort of intention, or get out of him now, right? And part of that process can be, as we've seen on the movies, identifying them, because the spirit will reveal, and better show. You can have a demon of tobacco, okay? A demon of alcohol, okay? Meaning that the source of that person's problem isn't just that something's upsetting happened in their life, and so they just start to go out and get drunk, and then suddenly they're addicted to alcohol, although that can be the way. But that they've been opened up by doing, shall we say, such acts that are inappropriate, having sex with children, all these things, having sex with animals, you're opening yourself up, as an example, many of them, right, to these sort of entities, because they are generally, right, can one define a demon? A demon is an entity that no longer has a physical form, and so we're given these examples, again in the Bible, the sort of punishments, and can no longer have or experience the pleasure of sexual encounter. It's not the wrong word, but sexual experience. And that is their torment, right? They've no longer got a physical body. But if they enter into someone else's physical body and also corrupt them or inspire them or whatever, sex is the big thing. Sorry about it, but it is. It's our biggest stumbling block, right? So you have anybody come to you, you've got a very good line of counselling, questioning, call you what to do. Oh, they're honest. I had this done to me and I've been cleared, right? We want to talk about your sex life, okay? And to the priest character, you would admit, it's like confession of what you're doing, and then he clearly has an indication of how that presence has entered you and how to cast them out. Because we're into the concept of praying out. That's why you do it loud. It's not some mumble thing. Blind demon of fornication, get out of it. So now there might be a bit more to it, but that's a crunch line, right? Now the person knows they've been moved in fornication. So again, that carries and opens the way for the mind. Psychosomatic, they believe something's going to happen, and it does. The presence does go. The presence has been sussed out and leaves, casting out of demons. That's what you're doing. On that note, again, if this has stirred you up a bit, go online demonic possession, deliverance ministry is a milder form of it. Baptist church, most of your fundamental churches have an understanding of what this is and have had direct experience. If you went to the Jesus Fellowship Church meetings, this is common practice because people are attracted to such places as that where they're still practicing these old, out of date techniques. I'm being sarcastic now. And there you will be able to free. There's no money thing and put a donation in a thing, but you will come across some people who are capable of doing this. This is the Jesus Fellowship Church's ministry for years. I was there 20 odd years ago, nearly 30 years ago, and this is just how we were taught as a church. The minister there, Noel, this is his obviously propensity. So obviously some people believe in demons, yeah, right. That's one of the things. You shall be deceived. The joke is, isn't it? Satan's greatest opportunity is those that don't accept the powers of darkness. Great, we'll have some fun here. But it's contained. Let's get things in perspective and people not start spacing out. God is in charge. I could put that as well, I probably will include that in the thing, right? Be calm, for God is in charge. Be at peace, for God is in charge. Have faith, for God is in charge. Now, it can appear that isn't the case. And on certain levels, it's not. I better not go off again. We'll end on that again. The Kali Yuga. This, unfortunately, is the age we are in, the time of darkness. Very few people are demonstrating the light or believe in the light. Darkness. But there are, and there are places you can go, and you will be inspired. Your angels, guides will inspire just by putting up a prayer. Where can I go for help? You'll be inspired. You know, suddenly you ought to be invited to go to a spiritualist church. I mean, just off the top of my head, something you've never done, or go to another church. Because it's obviously not happening for you in the present church, temple, mosque, or whatever that you're attending. So ask, and you shall receive. They're just waiting. This is the angelic kingdom, your guides have been with you all through your life, watching over you, but it's like the Star Trek thing. They cannot interfere without your permission or invitation. So just do it. You know, blessed angels, blessed guides and helpers, please inspire me. If you're a bit lost, you know what to do next, please inspire me to get the healing that I need. Please inspire me to have greater understanding of what it is that does need to be dealt with. It's gone 1 hour. Lovely to have met you all and been with you. I think there's 23 comments, which obviously I'll go over. I end with that again. If you happen to live, you probably don't, because most people are from India responding to this. But it's being put out. I am looking for someone to countersign my deed poll application form, which is just really saying, you know me as Graham Clark, you sign it, then it can then be used to formally change my name, which already has been on another level anyway, to Graham Lifebringer. Thanks for listening for those that did, and God bless. Bye for now.